Imagine sitting in a university lecture hall in the 1970s. You look to your left, and you see another student taking notes, blinking, and breathing. But how do you actually know that person has an inner mental life? Is it possible that behind those eyes, the lights are on, but nobody is home? Philosophers call this possibility the philosophical zombie. In this thought experiment, the zombie is defined as a molecule-for-molecule physical duplicate of a human being, identical in every biological detail, down to the last atom. There is only one missing ingredient in this duplicate: qualia. Qualia is the term for subjective, conscious experience. Consider the simple act of drinking a cup of hot coffee. When you take a sip, your nervous system registers the temperature and processes the chemical compounds. A philosophical zombie performs these physical actions perfectly. What it lacks is the invisible, subjective feeling of the taste itself. For the zombie, there is nothing it is like to experience the world. The weight of this experiment rests on a single claim: we can coherently imagine this zombie without encountering a logical contradiction. Unlike a square circle, which is impossible to conceive, the idea of a physical body without a mind seems to hold together in our thoughts. This creates a major problem for the scientific consensus. If we can successfully conceive of a being that possesses our physical hardware but lacks our mental software, it suggests that consciousness might not be as tied to biology as we think. The worldview challenged by the zombie is physicalism, the theory that human beings are purely biological machines and that everything is made of physical matter. Under this view, if you could completely map the physical structures and functions of the brain, you would have completely explained the mind. David Chalmers famously argued that if we can successfully conceive of a zombie, then a zombie is metaphysically possible. It means that even if they don't exist in our world, the laws of reality don't strictly forbid them. This diagram illustrates the logical friction for physicalism. Two identical silhouettes contain the same physical facts. If one lacks consciousness despite having the exact same hardware, it proves consciousness is an additional feature of the universe, not a physical result. If this logic holds, the standard physicalist model begins to fracture. It points towards property dualism, the idea that mental properties are a separate, irreducible feature of the universe, existing alongside matter rather than being created by it. Not everyone agrees that we can actually imagine such a creature. Type A materialists argue that the zombie is actually inconceivable. To them, imagining a physically identical human without a mind is a conceptual error, like trying to imagine that 2 + 2 = 5. Philosopher Daniel Dennett pushes back with his concept of the Zimbo. He argues that any true physical duplicate must inherently possess identical internal brain states, including beliefs, desires, and intentions. This creates a trap. If a Zimbo touches fire, its physical brain state believes it is in pain, and it intends to avoid the heat. Dennett argues that believing you have conscious experience and acting exactly as if you have it is functionally the same as actually having it. Type B materialists accept zombies are conceivable, but deny they are possible. They separate what is logically possible in our heads from what is physically possible in the world. We can imagine a man leaping a mountain, but that violates human physiology. Nature constrains reality, not our daydreams. From this perspective, the human imagination is a limited tool. Just because we can picture a biological anomaly in our mind's eye doesn't mean the universe is obligated to allow it to exist. There is also a pragmatic objection. Even if a zombie is possible in some distant, abstract world, it may be irrelevant to the one we inhabit, where physical brains and consciousness are undeniably linked. Philosopher Scott Sturgeon offers a middle ground, calling the zombie experiment defeasible evidence. It isn't a total proof of dualism, but the fact that we can coherently think about it is a piece of data that can't be easily ignored. This evidence leaves a persistent crack in the foundation of physicalism, suggesting our current scientific models are missing something. Whether the philosophical zombie is a real possibility or just a glitch in our own imagination, it highlights a profound gap. How dead matter creates a living mind remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in science.